Welcome back to another Stock Market Open live stream. Sorry I'm so early today. I was helping Joe Biden out of bed. Today, we've got Bitcoin down to actually right about the same level where we were when Joe Biden first resigned. This is actually an interesting one. You'll notice that if we zoom out to about the 5-minute chart, we run all the way down to roughly where that level was where Joe Biden resigned. This was where we started to price in the uncertainty of, is Donald Trump going to be president or not? Interestingly, right after Joe Biden resigned, after you got that sort of sell-off, you actually ended up getting a bit of a run in Bitcoin, which was quite unexpected. And you notice Bitcoin ended up running up to about that level of about, actually, let me zoom out a little bit more. I'm not zoomed out enough. Let's go to the hour chart. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, here we go. This is roughly where Joe Biden resigned. And you can see we got candle wicks that brought us all the way down to about 65.8. But mostly the candlesticks brought us to a bottom of roughly where we sit now, 65.5, 65.3, right about this level. It ended up running all the way up to 68.5 afterwards, which was unexpected, mostly because people thought, okay, well, if you unprice Donald Trump, you have to unprice the quote-unquote crypto president. And now there's this sort of return to expectation here. Now, another thing that could be happening is you could be getting a little bit of sort of a risk offness that's happening as we go into earnings. That would be the most expected scenario here, mostly because even though ardent crypto supporters don't want to say it, Bitcoin is still a risk asset, as are stocks. It's not supposed to be an insult. It just is what it is. And you're seeing stocks sort of make moves as well that suggest, okay, yeah, we are going into a week where 20% of the S&P 500 is reporting earnings, and that could potentially lead to a little bit of ups and downs. We did this morning get the Philadelphia Federal Reserve non-manufacturing activity read. The non-manufacturing activity read came in at negative 19.9 versus the expected 2.9, so substantially weaker than expected. Though that number doesn't get a lot of attention, so most people don't really care about that one. And we don't actually get another GDP update until tomorrow. So like an Atlanta Fed real GDP update won't come until after we get the S&P Global Manufacturing and Services PMIs tomorrow. So you get manufacturing, you'll get services, and then you'll get a composite, which is sort of a joinder of the two. We'll get those tomorrow. Today at 7 o'clock, you will get... Okay, yeah, we'll get existing home sales and the Richmond Manufacturing Index, but those are not really expected to do anything. What'll be much more important today will be earnings, and it'll really set sort of the flavor of the earnings season. What's really going to be really interesting, I think, is what ends up happening with our Google earnings today. We'll probably do a closing live stream as well today. You also got Spotify and UPS, Coca-Cola, GM, Lockheed Martin. You got some earnings this morning. We'll look at those in just a moment. But it's kind of crazy if you think about it. You get Google, you get Tesla today. You get Enphase, you get Visa, you get Texas Instruments. So you have kind of a pretty important day when it comes to earnings. Let's go ahead and start, though, with what we got this morning with some of the earnings from some of the existing companies. And we'll go ahead and start with Spotify. Spotify ended up with a Q3 forecast of a higher gross margin and a higher expected number of premium users, slightly higher, but total users expected to be lower than the Street's expectation. Street was looking for 650 million users, Spotify only seeing about 639. And active user count missed in the last quarter as well. These are not necessarily your premium users. It seems like they beat on premium revs, but sort of regular, not really. So, okay, let's see here. Let's get into this a little bit. Let's see here. Morning news. Good morning. All right, so today is, ooh, it's the 23rd already. You know, the month's almost over. Let this be your reminder to go pay your bills. I always like to say you should pay your bills twice a month, then you can't be late on your credit. It's sort of a trick. I mean, obviously, if you set up auto pay as well, that's nice. But auto pay and you go pay your bills twice a month, so it's basically impossible. Okay, sure. Let us write some of this stuff down. Okay. Spotify. Missed on Q2 and Q3 guide for monthly active users, but beat on premium users. Okie dokie then. Curious to see if that's enough to actually make the stock go up. I haven't looked at the stock yet. Let's see what else they wrote here. So, oh, shares jumped. Yeah, about 15% after that. They actually jumped quite a lot after that. So those are pretty good earnings. Let's look at that. Spotify. Oh yeah, look at that. You're up about 13%. It's incredible. And they said they are encouraged by traction from monetization. You know, I suppose that works. I mean, like, if you miss on monthly active users, but you beat on premium, hey, makes you more money. So good for them. You know, let's see. They're going to go to 337 here once the market opens. Wow, look at that. They went all the way down to $69. You can't even make up that number. That's funny. Wow. And they were as high as 387. And 387 was their height in 2021. Well, good for them. Okay, let's see how UPS is doing. Are they still delivering as many parcels as we would hope? UPS, United Parcel Service. Not to be confused with the USPS. So, okay, let's also write that down. Okay, let's see here. UPS down about 4.2% as Q2 adjusted EPS misses. Ooh, yeah, Q2 revenue missed. Q2 revenue and EPS missed. EPS missed by, I like doing percentages. Let's see, what'd they miss by? 179 divided by 198. Wow, 9.6%. That's a pretty solid miss there. Restarts share buyback program, yeah, because they have to. And did they give a forecast here? Uneven demand and heavy expenses. Interesting. Okay. Choosy consumer, I suppose. Okay, how was briefly? Let's look at GM quickly. Oh dear, GM. EPS beat. Fiscal year adjusted EBIT is expected to beat. Sees fiscal year net higher than, actually a hair lower than expected. And a hair lower on fiscal year EPS as well. But shares actually boosted on that. Yeah, adjusted EPS ended up moving up a bit. So GM adjusted EPS for the year beat. And then I want to quickly get Coke. Just kind of grabbing little simple headlines here. And, wow, Q2 EPS actually beat. Are you serious? Well, the shares ended up falling. But, well, Coca-Cola actually, beat EPS 84 cents versus 81 cents. Wow. Okie dokie. So that's just a little bit of a preview here of what we got in the day. There's a lot more to talk about, though. Let's look at the 10-2 yield curve. And then obviously later in the day we'll have Tesla, we'll have Google. We'll have a little bit of work to cover. Okie dokie 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 dokie. 10-2 yield curve. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Let's put the little banner up. Always got to put the little banner up at the bottom. You know, got to remind folks that we have a coupon on the amazing programs on building your wealth. Yes. All right. So 210 curve and rates. Let's do a quick check here. So we're negative 27.3 bipidudes on rates and market expectations of rates. Rates down about 2.5%, but honestly, they've been bobbing around. It's pretty boring. Still, now only pricing in 0.98 rate cuts. 0.98 rate cuts priced in for September. First time under 1.0 in at least 1 to 2 weeks. That's interesting. I mean, that's so nominal, it doesn't really matter. Markets are still going to price it in. Okay. Yeah, show me time, they're saying, for the Magnificent Seven. Traders pile into options, protecting against Nvidia slump. Really? 1 month put options, protecting against a 10% discount. Okay, this is interesting. Put options. 1 month puts for a 10% drop in Nvidia. Reached the most expensive level since January relative to calls. How interesting. Traders are also hedging more broadly by shorting things like the NASDAQ. Oh, that's funny. I made some money shorting the NASDAQ yesterday morning. Actually, I think I went calls NVIDIA and short SQQQQ, whatever, the triple Qs. But calls at the open, right after the open peak, went short the Qs. And so that was good yesterday. Those two trades were up about 40K. Anyway, okay, so, but it's always an up and down with trading. It's fun. So let's see here. It's not a Trump trade for equities. It's Powell cut. Okay. S&P and NASDAQ returns are pressuring hedge funds to get long. Yeah, I always think when it's the most popular time to go long, that's exactly when I want to sell. I like to do the opposite. It is a little contrarian. Yes, I say. Yes. Anyway, so obviously, 4 minutes to go now. But big earnings today. Oopsies. We will have Tesla, Google, and we'll be live for it after the bell. So we'll have Tesla, Google. Jeez, Lord. Enphase, Visa. This is insane. Who's going to cover this? Texas Instruments, Seagate. I don't understand. Like, who would be crazy enough to try to cover all of those earnings at the same time? I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know where my C and Besizzle is today, but the market's already about to open. Today feels like it went a little fast. It's almost like we didn't have as much time to chat as we usually do. How crazy. Oh, look at Tesla rally in the pre-market. Ooh, look at that. Up at 254. You know 258 is the next stop for this. What? What has happened? I don't know. I don't know. I will go find out. I will go to the engine room and find out what the problem is. Hello? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is worse than expected. There we go.
Law is serious, and when a company tries to take advantage
Hey,
of
I
you,
did it!
you need.
All right. I just had to go down to the engine room, forgive me. I had to beat up the engineers and make sure everything was operating properly, and it wasn't. But it's okay, that is my job. I have resolved the problem. The issue is now resolved, and we will get to enjoy none other than the best inverse trader of the world. Open the bell. Okay. So, Palantir's down about 1%. Hood's down 73 basis points. Figure this out quickly here. Yeah, you're getting some red this morning here. Hues are red. And phase is red. Let's see here. Okay. CrowdStrike actually is trying to recover. I think Kathy Wood bought the dip over there on them. Okay, DJT's down about 3%. I don't know why this stupid thing always pops up. So, Simpson Manufacturing down 7% in pre-market. I didn't even think a small cap was possible for them to move that much to the downside. Jeez, Lord. Anyway, let's see what Tesla does today. It looks like Tesla, Nvidia, those are going to be some of the bigger movers here. And we're already about 15 seconds away from the bell. This is crazy. What happened? I don't understand. Somebody explain it to me. What happened with all the time we had?
Chalk that up to operational discipline, expense discipline.
Exactly. By the way, I love Netflix this quarter. So Netflix was panned wildly. I think that was a mistake.
Let's get the opening bell here and the CNBC real-time exchange with the big board. It is Ameris Bancorp celebrating its recent transfer to the NYSE from the NASDAQ. And at the NASDAQ, Iris Energy, owner and operator of Bitcoin mining data centers, as we're going to look for these spot Ether ETFs to start today.
I mean, I know, remember, Larry Fink was here saying, look, people want it. I think that I've heard the Chevron decision, the Supreme Court decision that took away a lot of the power of agencies. I heard that invoked saying, look, because the SEC is a little...
Yeah. Okay, yes, spot ETFs today for Ethereum. Those usually when new things start trading, it's like 10 or 11 o'clock. We'll see. I mean, Bitcoin's obviously down today as we wait for that to open. You've got Tesla's bobbing right there at the 255 level, trying to find a direction. Looks like Nvidia. It's trying. It's between our two purple lines here. Don't ask me why they're purple, okay? Just don't ask, okay? I don't want to talk about it. What else here? Meta wants to move up. First Solar wants to move up. Supermicro wants to move down. Russell 2000's moving down. CrowdStrike gave up with a giant red candlestick there. Huge red candlestick. Nobody knows red candlestick better than CrowdStrike. Oh, dear. Ubiquity's over at 170, great company. Embraer's at 28, great company. Trade Desk back to 100, great company. What else here? Affirm, Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's firmly back in the 30s. My gosh. Fair Isaac is, I don't know if that's yesterday's pricing because I don't see the candles yet today, but looks like they were up 2.6% yesterday. That's the stock that keeps going up. The market's going to crash when Fair Isaac goes negative. That's the way it works. Okay, Tesla just vomited and totally gave up, so I hope you didn't buy calls on that first green candlestick because it's like, yo, no. Yo ho, it's the down life for me. Okay, well, maybe it'll reverse. Maybe you can buy the dip on it. I don't know. BTC says don't do that. Nvidia still trying to figure out where to go. Spotify is doing decently today. You got to give them credit. They're doing decently today. All right, what does Jimbo have for us today? What does he have to say?
Amazon, but they're really worried about Alphabet because Alphabet wants it, and Alphabet's really successful. They know what to do, and they have people literally. They have content for nothing. What a great thing.
So you're going to lean into tonight's?
Yes, and I think this Chrome, that the cookie, non-cookie, I mean, it might as well be Mondelez. I don't really care. God, Disney's so bad. It's like just enough.
Oh, he's just talking about how Google was thinking about getting rid of cookies for like 4 years, and they had a project for 4 years to get rid of cookies, and then they sort of U-turned on the idea of getting rid of cookies. I don't know. It's something that I guess is just like all over the place. But what else? Let's see here. Nvidia is trying to go green. Nasdaq's still down about 17 basis points. 17 bips, but kind of honestly low number here. Not a big number at all. Looks like Tesla's trying to get back to about 1% up. Spotify's starting to roll a little bit. Nvidia might be going positive here any second. And what else? Where's the trend today? Somebody shout out a trend today that's followable. Like this is getting a little boring over here. You know, I was looking for a little bit more entertainment. I want an entertainment guarantee. Can somebody please guarantee entertainment? That's all I want. I want somebody to be like, you know what, Kevin? Yes. To that I say yes. Here is your entertainment guarantee. Anyway. Yeah, Tesla's up about 1% of dudes, and we're now just basically waiting to see what ends up happening. Let's listen to Jimbo just for a moment here, and then I'm going to go find some trends here.
He won Le Mans. I went out to dinner with him. And I said, you're one of the more boring executives I've ever been with. And he said, I won Le Mans. I said, that's pretty cool. Well, he's going to need every bit of that Le Mans. He's working, when he says he's working 24/7, believe it or not,
I believe
it's
that
real.
He probably is.
And he's always in that, I got to get a new sport cover.
What about this stock? Is there a liability issue that people should be concerned about? And what will that look like? And
I don't know, but this is a great company, and they had 18% share. No one knew they were so big. I continue to believe that it's Nikesh Arora's time at Palo Alto, but so far it's been Sentinel 1, which is really kind of insane. Palo Alto's barely up on this. Palo Alto is, you go to Palo Alto if you don't go to CrowdStrike, for other sake. But
the random bell ringing that occasionally happens. It's crazy. All right. NASDAQ, they're trying. They're really trying to go positive over here at the NASDAQ, dudes. You're down about 12 basis points right now. You're trying to go positive. You've got Enphase Energy. It ain't going anywhere today, though. Obviously, a lot of people are looking at this one as hey, is there potential here to buy the dip and plays earnings today? The sucker's down at 103. The problem is, you go into this one on earnings, and it could be down at $79 after earnings. So it's a tough one to play. It's a tough one. I want to be transparent. It's a tough one to play. Nasdaq's down 9 basis points. Bitcoin, green candle on Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's go with the green candle on the BTCs. Nvidia, it seems like every time you get a green candle on this one, you just get a fat red right afterwards. Palantir's got the giant green candles going straight up to the moon. My guess is you're going right towards 29.29 again today. Palantir does this. It's like it'll just throughout the day it'll run like out of nowhere. It'll go from being up 1% to being up like 5%, and then it'll settle up like 2% on the day, and then all of a sudden, you'll have a red day, and then nobody knows what it's crazy. Spotify sideways, just sideways and boring. Where are the frickin' trends today? Nvidia's trying. It really is trying. It's at 32 basis points. Tesla, it's trying too. Trying to get to about 1% up. Palantir, another green candlestick on the frickin' moon rocket here. AMD Okay, AIM Dizzle. I still think those 165s are looking juicy for AMD. I'm not playing it, but I probably should. Oh well. Okay, Super Micro, 2-2, Tesla's trying, 1-3. It's, you know, you might get a little bit of selling before the close, mostly because you have earnings today. QuantumScape is under $8 here. Dell's going nowhere. ARM's going nowhere. Let's see here. Nike, boring. Coinbase, boring. Volatility index up a little bit today. Domino's Pizza's up 2% today. Boring. Ubiquity, I don't even think that pricing's updated yet. Let's see. Leveraged Bitcoin's down 5%. Etsy's down 1%. Dave & Buster's not going anywhere. 12 basis points. This is boring. Boring. Okay, Nvidia really wants to leave these purples. And it looks like it's going to try to go to 125 here. Let's see if it could hold on to it. And Spotify just gave up a little bit with some red candles. And lost 14% on the gain. Palantir's still at roughly 1%. And the Qs are about to go positive here. Probably lifted by what we're seeing at Nvidia. That would be my guess. Yeah, we'll see if this holds. BTC just gave a little bit of a bullish signal there over the last few minutes as the market opened. Qs just went positive. Tesla and Palantir are holding on to their 1%. Tesla's starting to consolidate. It seems like it just gets rejected at about 255. You know, right here is 255 on El Mouse. Oh, here we go. Is it going to break again? I don't know. We'll see. And looks like I got a little bit of a rotation down on BT Sizzles there for a moment. Little bit of a rotation down. So we'll see where that goes. All right, let's listen to your boy Jimbo. And then we'll go see what some of the institutions are up to today.
He was the man who did that, and Pat Doyle will confirm that. So I want to go with the man who had the single best ad campaign that I've seen in the last 2 decades. So you want to buy Domino's Pizza right here.
Oh, that's bearish, Domino's. Excuse me. Also, Amazon's rising. Amazon's up like 2%.
Comcast shares now, our parent company, down about 5%. It was a lot of different, watching it closely, as we often do, of course. The stock had seemed to be flat to up, but when it finally opened, it has gone down. It's down now 5%. Concerned, you know, perhaps the significant slowing revenues down 11% year over year at the parks. Now, of course, parks were incredibly strong and, of course, have been a real growth engine for the company, one of the few. We talked about broadband subs coming in actually ahead of expectations, even though they did lose broadband subs, video subs as well, ahead of many analysts' expectations, although, of course, the losses continue. It may have been free cash flow that came in a bit below expectations. But this is also pressuring Disney shares, as Jim pointed out, down some 3.3% with no news, simply on fears about the parks at Disney if there's follow-through from what we saw at NBC Universal. Right. As for other movers, you want some good news? GE's up 2.25%.
As it should be.
By the way, that stock up 63% this year. And edging closer and closer to a $200 billion market value.
The cash flow. I mean, one of the things that people forget how great Larry Culp was in his preview. It was Danner looking really, really good. When I look at GE, they are. Think about what they can do when
there's like such boring news over here. I'm exploring, looking at various different writers and Wall Street folks on this, and I'm just bored. This is so boring. Roblox struggles to keep predators off gaming platform. That A sounds terrible, and B sounds boring. I mean, actually, it sounds a little entertaining, but it sounds scary for children. But like, it sounds like a juicy headline, but to me, it's like, I'm not interested in Roblox. So I don't know. Okay, what's there to do here? So GM far exceeds second quarter estimates. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, really? 3 ways to ace a self-recorded interview. See, you know the market is freaking bored when that's the stuff popping up on websites here. Goodness gracious. Let's see what's going on with Kamala. Kamala. You know, the Trump odds keep slipping now that you got a Kamala. And, I mean, this makes sense. I think you're going to get a little bit closer to parity here. But it is interesting because I'm still of that mindset that you kind of have to price in a little bit of Trumpy Doodle's, you know, potential loss. Not because I think, you know, Trump will lose, but rather because I think you want to price in a narrower election than what you've previously considered. So you're sitting at 59 Trump right now, 44 Harris. Interesting. Enphase goes red again. Nvidia's positive, but not much. Nvidia's really lost steam here. And it looks like Tesla's lost steam as well. It's only up about 33 bips. Palantir is still above 1%. And yeah, Tesla red candling some more. Nvidia red candling some more. Bitcoin's red candling. The Qs are still somehow getting propped up by something. I don't know, maybe Soros is coming out and buying the Qs. I don't know. So Dell down 174. CrowdStrike, couldn't keep its head up. SOX is running. This is your short semiconductors ETF, but not by much. It's starting to decline as well. Tesla just went red.
Lost the lead.
Then lot of red coming there across the board. So now looking at okay, how about Robin the Hood? Robin the Hood ain't going anywhere. Shopify's losing it. Nvidia. Okay, here goes Nvidia again, trying to push up. Bullshit. Buy the dip. I don't have any exposure to Shopify. I personally think of momentum today. There's very little. It feels like Palantir is trying to show momentum. What's going on over here? Oh yeah. Look at that. So you just got to break 29 over here, then you get a fat green candle up to 29.29. My thesis. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Q's 15 bips. Fine. Tesla bouncing at 250. What a freaking boring day. Everything's sideways. Holy smokes. ARM. Okay, ARM wants to move. Look at that. ARM is trying to rocket ship. I don't know if it will, but it is trying to. Yeah, I still haven't started trading on Ubiquity. Somebody make a trade on Ubiquity so we can see some pricing. And then, yeah, there goes Tesla. Down now about 1/3. I mean, that's not really a big deal. Nobody really cares about that. The question just is, you know, where do we end up going with this puppy today? I mean, you got earnings that are going to drive it. Maybe I should do a Tesla video or something. I don't know. Obviously, we'll cover it live, but I always like to say, you know, once the deliveries are out, the good news is out if it is a beat. So hopefully the earnings are great, but we'll see. Okay, what else? It's a little boring. Still over 1%, Palantir. All right, what's this? What's the FTC looking into? Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
That has on consumer pricing. The agency's undertaking the action under a 6B authority, which authorizes it to collect information for study without specific law enforcement action. And I just want to note here, it's important to note none of these 8 targeted companies nor their clients are accused of wrongdoing. The FTC says, look, the technology is just advancing so quickly. We need to know how it works. But you know, after the pandemic, when we saw the dynamic pricing, you would go into a restaurant with the QR code, and what you paid for dinner might change depending on whether you were there on a Thursday or a Saturday. Now they're saying, imagine that you're going to the fancy restaurants all the time. You're a business traveler. Resy knows it's on your phone number. Now imagine that what a restaurant charges you, Jim Cramer, is more expensive than what they charge me. And we would never know. Same steak, same meal, different prices.
As someone who owned a couple of restaurants, that would be pretty outrageous. I mean, I just would never
useful
do
to
that.
useful to the restaurateur, right?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be horrible. And,
That's interesting. There's a Verge piece on this. I'm gonna take a look at this. Look at this. Nearly a decade ago. Okay, that would be 2015-ish. Would be about nearly a decade ago. Uber revealed that their customers are willing to pay surge prices when their phones are about to die. Okay, hold on a sec. Just like mentally think about that for a moment. Basically, the thesis is when you're in the desert without water, you're willing to pay a substantially higher price for water than what you would be willing to pay otherwise. To some extent, that makes sense. Somebody's got to get you water in the desert. It's going to cost somebody some dollahalas to get you that. On the flip side, it also feels pretty dang effed up. So, especially if it doesn't actually cost the restaurant anymore to give me that water. Okay, got it. So this is very, very interesting. The data point sparked a pervasive belief that Uber and other ride-hailing apps use algorithms to tailor each passenger's price to their behavior and willingness to pay. Ah. Well, I mean, this makes sense. You know, ultimately, you want to charge, ideally, you want to charge a customer as much as they're willing to pay. That's the ultimate goal. Oh, IWMs just went positive. Yeah, it certainly did. Qs are still holding on to 14 basis points, but Nvidia's not doing too hot. Getting a little stuck in the mud over there, aren't we? Nvidia. Oh. Yeah, whatever. Ooh. Some candle, green, nice big green candles there on pound here. Okay, so next, so surveillance price. See, like the way I look at this is like the coupon on Amazon. It's like you click on a product, some people just click it, check out because they need it, and they're not price sensitive. Other people look at it and they're reading the reviews, they scroll down, they're like, oh, there's a coupon. You know, have you ever wondered like why Amazon makes you click the stupid box for a coupon? It's because a lot of people are not price sensitive, or enough people are not price sensitive, that they'll just go open it, buy it, and check out without even scrolling to where you would even notice that there was a coupon. Well, let's see here. So, yeah, I mean, this stuff definitely happens. Okay. FTC announced today it's ordering 8 companies that offer AI surveillance pricing products and services to turn over information about the impact of these pricing schemes on privacy, competition, and consumer protection. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, it's probably quite messed up to the actual consumer, but we'll see. Technology is there, incentives are there, the data certainly is there to do the targeting. Well, yeah, there's no doubt about that. Surveillance pricing, also called, oh yeah, that's the sexier name, got it. Dynamic pricing, or personalized pricing, or price optimization. Okay. Involves offering individual consumers different prices for the same products based on a combination of factors, including the device they're on. Ah, yes, you have an iPhone, you pay more. I mean, that's a pretty typical thesis. This idea that, oh, you know, if you have an iPhone, you have more money. Yeah, anyway. Location, demographics. Oh, that's interesting. Location could work too. I mean, I suppose theoretically, if you're in like California, people might be like, California, willing to pay those prices. Okay, willing to pay those taxes. We'll charge you for it. All right. Firms that harvest Americans' personal data can put people's privacy at risk. Now, firms could be exploiting this vast trove of personal information to share people or to charge people higher prices. Yeah, well, that's possible. Okay. FTC Chair Lena Khan said in a statement, Americans deserve to know whether businesses are using detailed customer data on surveillance pricing. companies have already experimented with implementing Uber-style surge pricing. JetBlue quietly implemented peak and off-peak pricing to its checked bag fees in March. Walmart plans to bring digital price tags. Ooh. Well, how are you supposed to go? Like, Walmart also got substantially embarrassed by this idea that, you know, like on Black Friday, they didn't actually change the pricing. They just sort of like wrote like, oh yeah, it's Black Friday pricing. And the pricing's exactly the same. I'm not saying that they do that or that it's intentional. It could potentially just be a mistake. But let's just say those mistakes get avoided if you have digital price tags. Wow. It'll let them change their prices on factors including the weather. Whether items are closer to their expiration date. Wow. I mean, that makes sense. You know, if like, I mean, who still goes into the grocery? I mean, I haven't been to a grocery store in years, but who still goes into the grocery store and, like, when you go grab milk, you grab the one that's, like, in the far back? I mean, I feel like that's pretty typical. I feel like everybody does that. But anyway, like, somebody's got to buy the milk in the front. Amazon has a secret algorithm called Project Nessie that let it gauge how much it could raise prices before competitors took notice and changed theirs. Wow. That's interesting. These pricing models, while variable, are a bit different from surveillance pricing, which relies on using an individual consumer's information to determine how much they're willing to pay. Right. This is fascinating. So they sent a disclosure request to MasterCard, I don't know, some of these other companies, Chase, Accenture, McKinsey. Wow. Wow. That's fascinating. That I don't know. I think that's very interesting. It's literally it's like, it feels a little Big Brother-esque, you know. It just feels like they're coming. It's like anybody ever play Plants vs. Zombies? They're coming. Usually starts with brains. I always thought that was pretty entertaining. I think that's a pretty fun game. So anywho, okay, what else is going on? Look at this. Wall Street Journal. Harris glides towards nomination. Okay. Google in talks to buy Wiz falls apart. Boring. Investors parse bumper batch of earnings reports. Alright. This is all pretty boring. Echo input? Wait, what's Echo input? I thought they were killing the whole, like, voice thing there for a while. Whatever. Let's listen to Jimbo for a moment.
Really not cricket or something. I investigated myself. I did not see that. What I did see was one of the great business models. This is like the most asset-light business there is. Taking a company, putting it, you know, put China in, take China out, put European bonds in, put European bonds out, and everybody's indexed to what they do. So congratulations to Fernandez, up 10%, really remarkable quarter. This is just, again, a company that you really want to own because they don't have any exposure to anything. They are the ultimate fintech story. Congratulations.
Yeah, and for a while was doing a string of all-time highs. Has given a little...
and then it got hit by the short. Now, I'd like to see if the short guy comes back. And I'd like to see, I mean, to me, I'd like to see the invitation to his funeral, obviously.
Yes. How about tonight, Jim?
Okay. I've got Mattel now. A lot of people feel like Mattel, did they get approached? Did they not get approached? Why don't we just answer that question and define it tonight? So better, everyone's got to watch this because if you believe they got a takeover bid, we will get it from Ynon Krais. He's terrific. And then we've got Hanukkah from Logitech, who's Logitech reported a great quarter. People don't realize that Hanukkah Faber is a no relation whatsoever to David Faber.
None.
Passover Faber, Hanukkah Faber.
Hanukkah, yeah, whatever. No, I know.
Well, yeah, Logitech, they usually report at like 6 p.m., so you usually don't pay attention to them anymore. What they report? They reported, oh wow, they beat. Adjusted EPS $1.13 versus 89 cents. Really good. Raise 2025 outlook. I'm just bummed. I don't think they make the G600 mice anymore. Those are like the best. G600 mouse. Nope. You have to buy a stupid Corsair now. Just out of stock. Some bull crap. There's even a Reddit. What the hell is Logitech's aversion to a new G600? Dude, the G600 is like the best freaking mouse that exists. Razer and SteelSeries have managed to bring a wireless MMO mouse to the market, but Logitech haven't. I don't care about it being wireless. This sucker isn't wireless. Wow. Man, I don't know. Sometimes companies just give up on good products here. Somebody says there's a G700? Like the plane? Let me see. G700. Oh, that's not an MMO mouse though. No, I need buttons. I need utilities on my fingers. I like to do things with my fingers. G502. The hell is that? Man, show me something that's ergonomic and has buttons. Look at that. Look at that sexy beast. See all those buttons right there? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much is that? 3 times 4? I got 12 buttons. Where are your buttons? I got 12 buttons here. I got a button on the side. I got my little scrolly wheel I could push in either directions. I got a couple other buttons on the top. This is life. That is a mouse. I actually use it too. Like my first button is close all windows. My second button is go to my search bar. My third button is open up 1Password. My fourth button is a macro for like take a slice of a screenshot. I mean, look how useful this is. So if I go over here, I could just with my thumb here push, and then look at this, boom. How nice is that? That's pretty cool. You gotta give that one to me. That one's pretty good. Then 5 and 6 is to move desktop. I don't use all of the buttons here. One of them is like lock my screen, so that way if I want to walk away or whatever. I mean, I have it on auto lock too, but I could also just push the button and it locks my screen, which is kind of cool. But ooh, it's exactly 7. Anyway, don't even get me started about what the keybinds look like in like World of Warcraft. Although I haven't played that in years. I used to sit in high school theology class. Oh, wait, hold on. Sarah's here. I used to sit in theology class, and I would just map out my macros.
Putting back-to-back gains here together. If this holds, up 1.3% for the week so far. It's only Tuesday. Consumer discretionary leading the charge today. Amazon is a part of that story, up 3%. But you've got strength in some of the cruise lines like Carnival and Norwegian, and some of the restaurants like Domino's and Chipotle as well. Financials, healthcare, technology, communication services, and staples, those are sectors that are all higher right now. What's lagging? Energy, utilities, and materials. It's why the NASDAQ is higher. It's higher about a third of 1% right now because some of the big cap tech is rallying. CrowdStrike is finally...
Bro, if you one button macroed, you were just a PvEer. Only PvEers one button. Heal, 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 heal. You're like the priest in the back or the druid going, life bloom, life bloom, life bloom, life bloom. Nah, man. PvP, that's where it was at. You had to be all like... You had to look like Biff. If you were a real MMO PvPer, you were Biff. Does anybody... Who here remembers who Biff is? It's not a mouse board. F off. That sounds lame. It's a real mouse. It's the only mouse that exists. Blue Water wants to know if I could hear him. No, but I could read what you're saying. Biff from Back to the Future? Oh. Yes, that's where the name comes from. But no, I'm talking about this. when I blew all my net worth on a TV commercial. See? It's the trust me, bro, for sale sign. See? For sale. Trust me, bro. Well, I wish it said bro. That'd be kind of cool. Why does it say breaking news? Hold on.
Earlier, we had Philly at minus 19.1. Weakest month over month since December 2020. We now see Richmond Fed on the manufacturing index comes in for July at minus 17. That's the weakest going back 4 years plus to May of 2020. And if we look at the service side of the equation, it comes in at minus 9. That follows minus 11, which was now changed to and revised to minus 8, which means we haven't had a positive number on the service side of Richmond Fed going all the way back to August of last year. Now, if we look at interest rates, this is one of the reasons they remained a bit under pressure. But with the surprisingly weak data, it's a bit shocking they haven't rallied, pushing yields down farther. We also have existing home sales out, and for that, we go to Diana Olick. Diana?
Well, Rick, existing home sales in June dropped 5.4% from May to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 3.89 million units. That's lower than the street expected. Sales also down 5.4% in June of last year, all according to the realtors. Now, these are closed sales, so based on contracts signed mostly in April and May, when the average rate on the 30-year fix jumped above 7% and stayed there. Rates have pulled back slightly since then to the high 6% range now. Inventory bumped higher, up over 23% from a year ago, but still just a 4.1 month supply. That's because it's coming off record lows. 6 months is considered balance between buyer and seller. A lot of that is also that homes are sitting on the market longer, increasing supply. Average days 22, up from 18 days on the market a year ago. And even that new supply not helping ease prices. $426,900 was the median price of an existing home sold in June. That's up 4.1% year over year, and the second straight month at an all-time high.
Yeah, that's national average, though. If you go to individual cities, you'll see a lot more pricing fluctuations. Somebody in the comments called me the Jimmy Neutron dad. Oh, what? Stupid audio. Come on, audio. See what's going on over here. Let me talk to my audio engineer here. Yo. Oh, it's a Windows. Oh, no. I'm getting crowd striked. Oh, no.
Delusional. I'm a monkey. Here we go. Oh! All right. Here I'm gonna get you.
Damn. Okay, so anyway, thank you for that one. In the meantime, if you haven't seen the Meet Biff yet, this was basically what I blew all my net worth on. But like, if you actually were like a PvPer, you would look like, this is what your bedroom would look like, and this is what you would look like, and this is a picture of your crush. I mean, this is the picture of what your bedroom would look like.
That's right. Leave a message. Oh. Meet Biff. He's all.
That's what your bedroom would look like. You got the little pirate ship lamp, lava lamp, 420 on the clock. If you look closely, let's go. You got multiple days worth of cereal right here. Greasy pizza box. With you know, it'd probably mostly be eaten actually. But, you know, underwear strewn on the floor. I think this is pretty accurate. But anyway, let's go back to what's over here.
Includes the new rental prices and the existing rental prices that tenants pay. So his bottom line is that there is a significant lag for the CPI shelter index to catch up with some of the market prices on rent. But that
old news, Sarah.
This for a while as rental prices have trended down. But his point is it's coming and it will take the overall inflation rate even lower, and the Fed should have more confidence when it comes to making a move or signaling a move as we expect next week.
Oh, okay, market rebound. I see Q's going positive again. I see Palantir running. It's almost at 2% now. Oh, here it goes. Nvidia is positive. Okay, what else we got?
And I don't think the Fed has any idea, and neither does the market at this point, but a lot of it will rest on how fast that inflation number can get to 2% and how much the economy deteriorates from here. And both are sort of question marks at this point.
As you'd expect they would be.
Yeah, it's a question mark.
Where is the
of
consensus
the last mile.
right now in terms of how many and
Two
when?
cuts this year. Two cuts this year. We're like a little over 50% that we might get it in November or December. But the September cut is more than 95%, so that's considered a fact. We'll listen to Powell and how he talks about it. If it's like Lagarde at the ECB, who already made the cut in June, what she said is we're not on a predetermined rate path, and we're just going to respond to the data and be data dependent, which is exactly what we expect from Powell, given how he's framed all this before. We're also getting commentary from corporates. It's earnings season. Love to pull out the macro take. Interestingly, we'll stick with housing because Pulte Group CEO Ryan Marshall had this to say about Fed policy and how that might spur activity in the housing market.
Oh, come on, Palantir, let's go, 2%.
Trades in the coming months. I think that will provide a powerful tailwind both financially and psychologically as we enter 2025.
They're getting excited in the housing market for those rate cuts. And then Sherwin-Williams, the painter, on a related note, the macroeconomic environment has been softer for longer than many economists anticipated at the start of the year.
Oh, no. I don't want to listen to Sarah say softer for longer. Okay, so let's just focus on something else. Here, let's go to a rocket ship. Oh, look, Palantir. Jeez. I think 29.29, man. I don't know. It's a line. It's a line. Like, I have found you must trust the lines. It's just a thesis I have. It's no guarantees. Qs are up now. I don't know. What are we up now? 9 basis points is pretty nominal. Robin of the Hood's up 1%. Who cares? Tesla's up a chunk over here. You've got, sorry, not up a chunk. It's down a chunk. It's down, oops. Look at it ride that purple line. It's like perfect. It's a freaking perfect ride of that line. My line is at 247.69. It literally bounced, within 8 cents of that. 8 cents. It's crazy. And I think that's in part because I drew a line there. I'm kidding, of course. I don't know why such a thing would happen. But no, I'm a big fan of the lines. I think 250 is a pretty tough one for Tesla. And it would make sense that it's going to be stuck here until you get earnings. Somebody in the chat's like, does Kevin still have his Tesla calls? You know, if you were a course member, you'd have the answer to that. You know, there's so much value you get every single day in those course member live streams. It is disappointing that you are not a part of them. We would love to have you. You know, not always right, but I'm very, very early with my market theses all the time in terms of sharing my opinions with you every single day the market's open. Get my fundamental analysis. Okay, so okay. What else? So now we've got BT Sis. Okay, we went to 65.9er there for a moment. Niner. You know, that's I guess that's how the pilots say it. So like when the pilots, you know, have to get on the radio to talk about you know, whatever it is they do. It's 6-9er 4 Papa. Lauren thinks it's the funniest thing ever. The pilot's going Papa. That's so wrong. Anyway, so Tesla, what else? This is, Open Door coming out of nowhere here. Open Door. It's a scam. That's a scam, bro. You know, everything's a scam. Like that's the classic like hater go-to. Oh, I don't like them, so that's a scam. You know, I have to give them credit. They're actually like transactionally, they're really good. I just think their construction sucks. So I have to kind of like update my thesis a little bit on them. Phonetic alphabet. Hell yeah. Alpha Bravo Charlie. Let me go through my NATO alphabet. I don't think I remember all of it. I need to pull up like a picture of an alphabet in general just to be able to try. Alphabet. Okay. So, no, not Google. I don't think I remember this stuff. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel. Isn't this India? Juliet, Kilo. Is that Lima? I'm not sure about L. Oh, in California they use Mike for M, but I don't think that's the NATO one. That's November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform. No, I don't know about that one. I'll have to check my M and my U. Violet. I think that's whiskey. X-ray, Yankee, Zulu. If I got that right. I might be mixing the two alphabets because there's like I learned the NATO alphabet when I worked at the cop shop in Florida, and then I had to learn the California one, which is like Adam, boy. And I'm like, this is stupid. I hated the California alphabet. Okay, let's see how I did. X-ray, Yankee, Zulu, Whisker. Oh, Victor. Oh, my child's name is Violet. Okay, that could also be the California one. Oh, it is Mike. Oh, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo. It was Lima. Oh, wow. Okay. So, Mike, November, Oscar, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango. Wow, I was only off on 2. That's crazy. It's been a minute. It's been a while, actually. Okay. So, yeah, L is Ligma now. Let's go. Don't use the Cali one. It's embarrassing. I'm telling you, the California one, California alphabet phonetics, it's so lame. I think it's Adam, boy, I don't even know what it's called. I can't even find out. Oh, there it is. There it is. I think, is that it? I don't know if this is it, because this is just some random, like, Etsy poster here. Adam, Boy, Charles, David, Edward, Frank, George, Henry, Ida, John, King, Lincoln, Mary. Maybe. This, I refuse to learn it. Like, I came out here, and I'm, like, getting on the radio, and I'm going Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, and people are just like, what is he saying? And I'm like, what it should be. Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. So, anyway, it's California for you. Let's see here. What else? So Ryanair, they're down another little chunk here. Cloudflare's up. CrowdStrike's up. Oh, cybersecurity wants to recover. Ooh. If Kamala wins, we'll have Camelot. Yikes. Look at Amazon. Look at where it tops out. Has anybody ever drawn lines before? Thoughts on us trimming your Tesla position? Well, I can't tell you what to do. I can't give personalized financial advice. You know that. In fact, I have a whole setup for this.
This is not personalized financial advice. Past performance does not guarantee, promise, or imply future returns. Don't sue me, bro. Evaluate your own suitability. Go to meetkevin.com. To the moon. Thanks for joining Meet Kevin's courses. Coupon linked below. Coupon code expiring soon. Big W. Big PP.
Okay. Now that that's out of the way, yes. Well, I like, come on, man. Like, of course the sucker could run to like $300 after earnings, but like, what you would have to have like an insane margin beat to really go runny doodlah today. Like a really insane margin beat, and maybe you'll get it. That's what you're betting on. So like, I don't think you want to be all out because you're gonna be pissed. But like, look at the commodity. Like Steve. Steve's looking for a bankruptcy attorney right now. Where is he? He usually spawns in when I start talking about commodities. But anyway, so you know, commodities peaked out May 21st. The second quarter would not have realized most of these benefits yet. So you would have had, in the second quarter, you would have actually had rising costs for half of it and declining costs for the second half. So you don't actually have a real benefit from commodity price declines yet. And then we don't know how they're going to account for their interest rate buy down. And we also don't know what deliveries are going to be like in Q3, Q4. So, and yeah, that's what it comes down to. I know every time I say that about Tesla, people are like, but what about Optimus? And it's like, yes, take your Optimus and go fondle it. Oh, wait, you can't because it's not for sale yet. You know, it's as is usual every quarter. It's going to come down to margin, but boy, let's see what Wall Street is expecting. I mean, maybe we can compare to Wall Street expectations, but I did a little bit of trimmy doodla, mostly because, like, the way I look at it is I'd rather not lose money and I'd rather miss out than go bankrupt. You know? So, let's see here. You know, like, here's the thing that I generally tell people when they ask me shit like this. I go, if you're so freaking worried about it this month, and you know, you don't want to go bankrupt, but you don't want to miss out on it going to $300, okay? Here's how you do it. You sell the shares that would make you comfortable, not personalized advice, and then go buy a stupid, like some idiotic option, like a $300 option for 92 cents for Friday. And then if it tanks today, at least you save money on the shares you sold. And if it moons, well, at least you're like part of the YOLO group and you made money, you know, whatever. I mean, that's the play. If you were really worried. The problem with that is, you know, like the implied volatility is massive on these. The pricing, what you're paying for options on Tesla right now is just freaking insane. So here, I'll give you an example, okay? Look at Amazon, which has a roughly similar price, right? Like Tesla's like $250, this is $188, okay? So what's 188 divided by 250? 75%, okay? So Amazon is about 75% of the cost of Tesla shares, which means the Tesla shares are about 33% more expensive, right? 1 divided by 0.75, 33% growth to get to that number. Okay, point of that is, watch this. At the money Amazon options are $2.12. Multiply it by 33%, 1.33, and a Tesla option at the money should cost you $2.81 for Friday. $2.81 for Friday, my friends. That's what a Tesla at the money contract should cost you if it had a similar volatility to Amazon. What does it actually cost you at Tesla? Holy crap, it costs you $11. 11 divided by 2.8. That's 4x, bro. 4x. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's because the volatility is roughly 4x, right? It's very simple. It's literally, look at the implied volatility, 129%, and you go over here to Amazon, 36%, roughly a factor of 4 difference. It's like 3.9, I'm rounding, I'm being a little baby. But anyway, yeah, like you're paying through the nose right now for some of these options. But anyway, here's Tesla, or Amazon, hugging the line. IWM wants to start running again. The Qs are running again. Everything's going to the moon. Nvidia's going up. BTC's going up. Robinhood's going up. Tesla, oh, look at that. A double bounce on 247.70. Folks, if like, you should use these lines. I mean, I'm not trading it right now. I'm just saying, like, double bounce at the 247.7. If you were looking for a bottom and you were looking for a place to buy calls, you've been waiting 6 minutes too long. Trend up, bro. Go buy. All right. What else? Spotify wants to bleed a little. Supermicro wants to get back to 792. What else? Apple's trying to get to 225. Coinbase. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice little rocket ship. I had to learn myself the importance and value of accepting people for who they are. Who is he? He is whatever. Okay. In my family. In hindsight, it wasn't easy, but the right thing to do, and I feel good. I'm reading a Ross Gerber tweet. I don't even know what he's talking about. Whatever. All right. So, oh, Embraer. Give me that 4%, baby. Pump it. Pump it, baby. Pump it. Dave and Buster's and Fairs. This is boring. Oh.
Lost the lead.
All right. Come on, baby. I need something to trade. This is freaking boring. I was only able to pick up 8K. That's it. That's all I was able to pick up. 8K. Come on, man. What did I put into this? $52,000. Damn it. 8 divided by 52. That's 15 point freaking loser. Come on, man. Boring. Somebody says buy a firm. I can remind you about BT every day. What's BT? This is the first time I've seen you say it. And why are you on Twitch? Straight chillaxin. He really is here like every day. Yet he watches on Twitch. Who does that? That's like weird. Sorry to all the Twitch people watching, all 4 of you. No, 64. Okay, what's BT? BT. Bit Digital. Sounds like a scam. Bit Digital. What is this? Security description. Bit Digital develops a platform for digital assets and artificial intelligence. Oh, okay, yes. Aha. You want to hear pump and dump? All I have to say is crypto, bro, with AI. The company specializes in digital asset mining businesses, Ethereum staking businesses with AI, and specialized cloud infrastructure for artificial intelligence applications. Bit Digital serves clients in the US, Canada, Hong Kong, and Singapore. All right. Let's see here. They rent out NVIDIA GPUs. Oh, they're definitely going in the toilet then. So, bro, you know these NVIDIA GPUs are going to absolutely collapse in value. So the book value is going to go to crap. And then your ability to rent these AI chips out is going to go to crap as well. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Anyway. Oh, okay. Let's look at their EPS growth. Next year, negative 50%. The year after that, negative 59%. The year after that, positive 28%. The year after that, negative 11%. Bro, that's a scam. I'd rather listen to Sarah talk about Coke.
Does that move the needle?
Or Ethereum.
I think importantly, what's moved the needle this year, actually, even before this week, in the last couple of weeks, is that there's increasingly bipartisan support, probably based on the interest and adoption we're seeing from investors in digital assets legislation. And how do you create competitive and resilient U.S. markets that allow investors to participate in cryptocurrencies through ETFs?
We got to go, but just very quickly, will this open the floodgates for...
Somebody said, okay, you're saying quarterly reports on anything? I don't know. 1B Dreamscapes. What are you dreaming about? The player is much better than YouTube. $90 million deal hit 90% of their yearly revenue target already. Somebody else says Kava is pumping. Bro, everything pumping. Everything gonna pump and everything gonna dump. It's the way it works. It's up and down. Oh no, commercial. Oh no. Bitcoin's almost back at 67,000. Pretty bullish there on the BitTiz. Look at Tesla. Triple bounce now. Triple frickin' bounce now on my line. The lines. Actually, we'd call this a consolidation. I probably wouldn't touch it until it actually tried breaking out at 250, but I don't think it has that euphoria today for trading purposes. So, you know, it's risky to try to buy calls and day trade a stock that has earnings that day because people get nervous and they sell because they're little weenie babies. Anyway, so what else here? Dell, CrowdStrike. This is boring, man. I need some entertainment. I need some like drama. Spotify 13%. Embraer 4.5%. Let's go! More PP. Pricing power. Don't I have a thing for that?
Big PP. Long PP. Buying spree. Nice PP.
Coupon
Data
linked
dependent. Wedge deep.
Nice. All right. What else? Toast. There's nothing happening. Freaking bored. I need to go do some fundamental analysis and get excited again. UPS is down. UP Sizzle. UP Sizzle's down 12%. Just bought my Halo Nerf Needler last week. Yeah, I've been like, I've been playing Nerf and Gel Blasters with the boys. Jack got like a Gel Blaster shotgun, and then he got a minigun, and then he always gives me the crappy one, and he's like, "Here, Dad, fight me." And I still hit him way more than he hits me. He's like, "How do you hit me so much?" I'm like, "Dad mode activated," and he's like, "Oh, you're so annoying," and I love it. It's great. Yeah, Gel Blasters are cool. They're a little messy. Oh, the Secret Service director just resigned. Oh, it happened. Gone. She gone. Her testimony yesterday was bad. Oh, yeah. I got to make a video on that. It was so bad. Yeah, it was crazy. Las Vegas Sphere got CrowdStrike. Is that true? When Kevin buying an esport team is the real question. Yeah. No. Esports. Man, the only thing I want to esport is World of Warcraft. Like, at least I feel like there are fewer cheaters in that game. I'm not saying people can't, like, farm bot, but, you know, the worst is, like, you spend 8 hours to get, like, your, you know, 2x2 built out on Rust, and then you get, and then you get, you know, hacked and you lose all your crap. Look at this. There's, like, literally this dude, right here. This guy literally has 576,000 subs. He's cool. Like, I like him. He's a cool guy. This guy, all he literally does is he spends 5 hours streaming, catching Rust cheaters live. So he's like a mod. And so he has to go around and basically find these losers as they're cheating, and then he bans them, and it's frankly quite entertaining. It's almost more entertaining than actually playing the game.
Why you got an empty water bottle in your bags?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
That was very annoying. These freaking streamers.
Steve? Where's Steve? Steven. Bro, check out the base, man.
Get the subs.
Look at the 5 gifted, Mr. Larson. Just so you know, it reflects a little in the glass.
That's how he's gonna ban him. Puts a rocket under his butt. That's actually pretty funny. Anyway, he does stuff like that. I wonder why. Usually what happens is you'll actually get to see him live as he's kind of like trying to find people, and he'll see these people actually cheating. It's pretty entertaining. I can't find a good example now. I don't know. I don't watch them enough. But anyway, it makes me, like, stuff like that makes me not want to play any games. So I haven't played any games in a hot minute. Because it's just like, people are cheating like that. It just ruins the fun. Cheaters really ruin games. But also, it's on the developers not to, like, to figure out how to prevent some of that stuff. Anyway, so Max is like, I thought this was a finance channel. Dude, you've been scammed. You know, go to the haters channel and go, hey man, Kevin's talking about video games on the live stream. He's a scam. And then the haters are gonna be like, yeah, he's a scam. I don't do anything other than sit in my basement, but he's a scam. It's so entertaining. I love it. It's like Elon says, when you piss off idiots and morons, you know you're doing something right. It's kind of great. I can't wait to go ring the bell again one of these days. That's what I wanted. That's what's making me excited. I want to the open live stream this time, but live from the bell. I don't know if they'd let you do it. Last time it was a little complicated, and the reception isn't that great in there. But maybe they have better Wi-Fi than they let on. Anyway, this is boring. I'm a little bored. So this is data dependent. Yeah, that consolidation in Tesla's nasty. Look, you have earnings today. Nothing's gonna freaking happen. This is like nearly impossible to trade today. IWM, you could go TNA. You know, TNA is gonna be up like 3%. Oh, the trash truck's outside. I always loved taking that. When the boys were younger, I'd take them outside, and they'd love seeing the trash truck. All right, let's answer some question. Will House Hack become a REIT? It's highly unlikely, in my opinion. I think, you know, the biggest, like the biggest value boost you could get is by being a holding company and a developer. That's where the big dollars are. So, like, you want to make a lot of money in real estate? Development. But, you know, you have to do that slowly. So to compete with some of these bigger developers is not easy. And so you do that by getting really good deals over time on buy and holds, building strong foundation, strong cash flow, a good base. You know, every dollar you're putting in, you're trying to turn it into $1.20, and then you're trying to grow that, you compound that. You know, that's the goal. Let's see. I can bring a travel router. What, where you put like a Starlink outside or something? All right. So, I think that's all I got for now. Somebody says, what's your internet speed? Well, how can I show that without doxing myself? Let's find out what it is. Because sometimes they show you, oh yeah, here you go. This isn't doxing, right? That's actually a little slow on the up right now. That's slow, man. We can do better than that. Is this not on Ethernet? 900/416? I don't upload on that computer anyway. But that feels slow to me. Speed test. Let me try this one. That's the same down. Oh, I'm getting gated. Oh, no, that one's 570, 580, 595 on the up. What? No, those are both on Ethernet. I'm getting gated. Somebody's ripping me off. Should be a gig, man. What a scam. All right. I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about? I think that's all I got. All right, I'm going to go talk about the Secret Service Director and then go Course Member Live. Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is neither personalized financial advice nor real estate advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show should not be deemed endorsed by me, This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purpose of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services which we may benefit from. I personally operate and actively manage ETF and hold long positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuers other than HouseHack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. Bitcoin, mooning, bullish, Tesla, consolidation, Palantir, stock. Everything's a scam. Dr. Jerome Powell Fed. Meet Kevin. How do you feel when your ETF is outperforming? I'm not a big fan of comparing to other people, but you're asking about Kathy. I think Kathy's a very intelligent person. I don't think that means a very intelligent person is going to outperform the market all the time. But she has a really good heart, and she has really incredible perspective. So I'm not a big fan of comparing. Kevin sounds like too much coffee. Too little coffee. I'm gonna go get some more right now. But I have to end the live stream first before you see my little shorts.